Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming. It's The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 4. Complete spoiler warning. This will contain step-by-step accounts of events that are going to happen this week. If you're not into spoilers, turn away right now. There's a lot of action that's going to take place. You probably saw from the teaser and also the sneak peek. So you have been warned, and without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Remember last week, Ezekiel said not one of our ranks. Well, sadly, it's going to be all of their ranks. You can see the amount of people in this picture here. So the scene really starts out. Ezekiel was covered by bodies. Some of the kingdomers came over to try to protect him. Well, they were shot down. So we see Ezekiel's hand kind of raise up. Look at this amount of shells. And then Ezekiel was actually hit in the leg. There were a few of the kingdomers that were over to the side, 3 or 4. They come over to sort of rescue Ezekiel when he's got this bad leg. He's got this limp. And then one of the saviors is still alive. He's a nerdy looking dude. Just took a picture of Milton. Obviously, it's not Milton. But he comes in and kills the rest of the kingdomers because they've been given instruction not to kill the king. But he does antagonize Ezekiel quite a bit. He says, "You're not a real king, and without that cat, you would be nothing." So it's kind of like the scene with Jared kind of picking on Morgan a little bit. Very similar. These saviors never learn. However, this nerdy looking guy does not last very long because Jerry shows up with his weapon and actually slices him in half. So he is gone. We also know that Carol is going to go into beast mode. We saw Carol. She separated from the group. She gets into the building and she starts picking off these saviors one by one. There's one in the hall. We saw the big dude that's walking. She does have the 2 that were shooting the guns, and they're able to load the weapons, and that's a big standoff this week. There's a lot of gunfire going back and forth, so it looked like Carol's in a lot of trouble. Actually not. She had a choice to make because she had these 2 guys over here that had the weapons. Then she looks over and she sees Ezekiel and Jerry in a lot of trouble. They're actually behind the fence, and she has to make a choice. Do I go after these people with the weapons, or do I help Ezekiel and Jerry? So she decides to go over and help King Ezekiel. That sets up the epic chase scene. So the 2 guys that got away from Carol, they load the weapons up, and then Rick and Daryl are actually on that real nice chase scene where Rick is in the Jeep and Daryl is on the motorcycle. They do finally catch up to them, run them off the road, execute them, and also take their weapons. So leave your thoughts, leave your comments below. We've seen this in the Comic-Con trailer, so we knew it was going to happen. And then we move back to pretty crazy death scene. I was saving this for last. And yes, it is sad news, just like the comic book arc. Shiva is going to die. We saw some of the pictures from that. With that scene where Carol goes over to help Jerry and Ezekiel, they're locked behind the fence. They are surrounded by walkers. It's reanimation of some of the kingdom people, some of the saviors. Shiva jumps in to save the day. Otherwise, Jerry and Ezekiel were both going to die. It is going to be a sad scene. Ezekiel does not want to leave, as we talked about in some of the prediction. So he's struggling with this. And then we move on to the extra news. So the extra news is all of these people that were here. Ezekiel, smiles all the way through it. He's going to lose every one of his people except for 2. Carol will make it. Jerry will make it, but all the other ones are gone. Jerry does lose his weapon. I know that pales in comparison to losing Shiva, but he does have this double-edged axe, and he breaks it trying to chop open the chain. And then also Ezekiel is just completely depleted, doesn't know how to go on. He is welcomed back to the kingdom. Without Shiva, this is going to be a huge blow. Several times during the scene, he tells Jerry and also Carol, just leave me behind, leave me behind. And Carol says, you don't get to make that decision. So pretty sad news. This is not the spoiler I wanted to do. Thanks everyone for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and leave your thoughts and comments below. Peace.